Hey guys, Jamie with you. Just give everyone a couple of minutes just to jump on board, and we'll get going in about 30 seconds. All right. If you've literally just caught this live video, then it's all about meal prepping. Okay, what, why, how, what's the point, basically. We'll give everyone a couple more seconds. Just giving the plenty of opportunity for people to jump on board straight away, get the most information that that they can, ask any questions, and then yeah, we'll get cracking. Right, let's get going. So, meal prepping. What is it? How do you do it? And why? Why would you bother? Before we go into the chunk of this, I just wanted to say, if you find this or any of our future videos useful, please comment on them, tag your friends, hit the share button. I think you can do that now, I'm not too sure, but basically just try and get these videos out there to as many people as possible. You'll be doing me a massive favour and helping a few others at the same time as well. So yeah, if you've got a friend that thinks that you might think will find this useful, tag them in the comment section. As we're going along as well, if you have any questions, just feel free. Don't wait until the end. Get them in the chat box straight away. I will answer it, when I feel it will, fit in nicely. Okay. So meal prepping. Whatever your goal is, health, fitness, body wise, make sure you watch this video all the way to the end, because I've got a ton of tips. I'm probably going to fly through it quite quickly. I know you're short on time, which is what I'm going to come to in a bit. So yeah, I'll try and throw as much in as I can in the shortest amount of time possible. So make sure you get to the end of this video. If you're watching live, ask questions, ask away. If you're watching this back later tonight or sometime tomorrow, whenever it may be, again, comment. If you have questions, comment down below, okay? Tag us in it so we can get the notification, we see it, and we'll be able to answer it, okay? If you want to ask a bit more, in-depth questions, then just send us an inbox message, right? One of us coaches, we've got a big team of coaches, one of us will get to you as soon as we can, okay? Now, going back to what and why, basically it's going to save you, meal prepping is going to save you time and money, okay? They're the two biggest things that the clients I work with, give me feedback on, okay? You call it meal prepping, you call it batch cooking, whatever you want to call it, it's essentially the same thing. And one of the biggest downfalls I find, and I see with clients when it comes to their compliance with food plans, nutrition plans, diets, whatever it may be, is in the moment decision making. Okay, so it's when they're out at work, out with friends, doing something that means they need to eat, but they don't have anything with them, so they need to make that in the moment decision. Okay, and it's far better to have something there that is nutritionally balanced, it's compliant, it's gonna stop your personal trainer telling you off the next day. It just makes life easier. Okay, in this video I'm going to go through my top tips. Okay, I'm going to go through the importance of it, how it can benefit you, and yeah, ask away. Let's get cracking. So the biggest thing it's going to help you with is time. We already have busy lives. You've got to manage work, your job, run a household perhaps, maybe you've got kids on top of that. So for someone to say you've got to do all this cooking 3 times a day every day, it's just going to add, time, basically. So time is precious. We don't want to be cooking an hour a day every day for 7 days a week. So you want to have spare time, don't you? I know I do. For me, I love cooking, but not 10 o'clock at night on a Tuesday evening or something like that. So I'd much rather invest my time at the weekend. I personally do it on a Sunday afternoon. You don't have to, whatever works with you. But yeah, set aside an hour or two on a Sunday, Saturday, whenever fits in, and basically just get some meals out of the way. Okay, so apart from time, it's going to save you a ton of money. Okay, food is expensive, especially the fresh produce, good types of meat. If you buy it in small amounts, it is going to get expensive. There's no way around it. Okay, you can go to the cheapest shops, you can get all the bargains, but it's still going to cost you money. Okay, so buying in bulk, cooking those ingredients in bulk is going to be cheaper. But if you're someone who, you know, buys their lunch out at work, that's easily going to cost you £3 to £5 per meal. £3 if you get a decent meal deal. But again, that meal deal is going to be sandwich, crisps and a Coke. It's not going to be nutritionally good for you. So, you know, say it's the bare minimum. Let's go with the cheapest option. £3, 5 days a week, that's 15 quid. Over a month, that's 60 quid. All right. With batch cooking, meals are going to cost you less than £3. I can guarantee it. If you're a little bit clever with it, it's definitely going to cost you less than 3 quid. All right. So it's going to be cheaper. It's going to be better for you nutritionally, and it's actually faster as well. Okay, it's faster than going out to the shop, deciding what to have, working out, getting stressed, and thinking, "Oh, is that good for me? Shall I have that sandwich or that pasta salad?" You know, if it's there in the fridge, grab it, shove it in the microwave. 2 minutes later, you've got a meal. All right. So time and money it's going to save, and stress as well. You know, imagine if you have a morning routine, you get to the fridge in the morning, you've got 2 or 3 meals to choose from. All right. Alternatively, you could have them in the freezer. You've got 4, maybe 5 different types of meal to choose from. Put it in your bag, off you go. Don't have to spend time worrying on your way to work. Well, I've got to eat this amount of protein, these amount of carbs, that amount of fat. You know, what can I get in the shop? It's just going to save you stress, trust me. When you plan a little bit, implement that plan, okay, long term, it's going to save you a ton of stress. You know, it's like time. There's enough stress in our lives, so the last thing you want is food to cause another stress factor, should we say. So if it's something less that you can worry about, perfect. Okay, so 3 big things. It's going to save you stress, time, and money. Okay, let's move on to how. Again, there's about 6-7 bullet points that I'm going to literally fly through. So if anything clicks, if you have a light bulb moment or question, just don't hesitate. Get it in the comment section. I can see if you have a question. So yeah, fire away if I'm going too fast or if you want me to pause a little bit. Okay, so I'd say 6. Let's go with 6. I think there's 6, maybe 7. Easy, foolproof. If I can do it, you can do it. Steps to meal prepping and batch cooking. Okay. The first one, the most important, is you've got to have Tupperware. You need decent boxes that don't leak, that aren't easily going to crack, and that are microwave safe. All right. You've got to have decent boxes, and I'd say around 10 to 15 different boxes that you can, you know, use and accumulate over time. Keep some in your freezer, keep some in your fridge, keep some in the cupboard for, you know, midweek cooking, that sort of thing. And make sure the range of sizes as well. So, you know, the standard size is probably your Indian or your Chinese takeaway. Not that you have those, not that I do anyway. But you know, that sort of size where you can put a main meal in. Get some smaller ones where you can put snacks in, like a handful of nuts, some veg sticks, whatever you snack on. And then get 1 or 2 bigger ones as well, for like your one pot dishes that you can just shove all in the fridge and then scoop out what you need at the time. All right, so 10 decent Tupperware boxes, different types of size. Next one is basically just improving your kitchen environment. Okay, now that would mean declutter your cupboards, throw away anything you know that's not good for you, that you're not going to use, that might tempt you. Okay, if you can do that, great. But you want to make the cooking experience a good one. The less of a chore it seems, the more likely you're going to do it, and the more, you know, the better relationship you have with cooking and with food. If it is a Sunday afternoon, I personally like to have a little glass of red wine, and it just makes it, you know, that little bit nicer, less of a chore, less of a I've got to do that, you know, cook those meals for the rest of the week. So improve your kitchen environment, throw away crap that you don't need, and basically just enjoy the process. Okay, moving on is organisation. Quite a big one for me. So you want to plan out, basically. If you don't plan, you know, if you don't have a plan, chances are you're going to fail. If you have a plan, yes, you still might fail, but you're a lot less likely to. Okay, by plan I mean a 7-day menu. So it doesn't have to be fancy. You know, you don't need all the bells and whistles and whatever else. It doesn't have to be on your laptop or anything. At the moment, for the last couple of weeks, it's worked really well for me. I've literally got my notepad put Monday through to Sunday, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. All right, so it's basically just black pen, Monday breakfast, Monday lunch, Monday dinner, any snacks. All right, like I said, it doesn't have to be fancy, but from that plan, from that 7-day plan, get a shopping list from there. Take that shopping list with you. Okay, go to the supermarket, buy just those things on that shopping list. If you see something that's, you know, that you forgot to write down, yeah, chuck it in. But by doing that, by taking that shopping list with you, again, it's going to save you that little bit more money. You're not going to get sucked into the bargains. You're going to, you know, you're basically going to make it a little bit quicker as well. So from that plan, you've got your shopping list, you've taken it shopping, actually put in, you know, what meals are going to work with what training days, what rest days, what you're doing work-wise, if it means you need to take something in a cool bag to keep in your car. You know, that's an important one. Not everybody has access to a fridge and a microwave at work, so if you need to keep it cool, make sure you've got, you know, a cool bag and an ice pack, and, you know, something that you can eat cold as well that doesn't have to go in the microwave. So just, you know, get some meals that you like, see what's going to fit into your schedule, get a shopping list, go shopping, get your ingredients. Okay, as part of that schedule as well, book into your diary when you're going to do this batch cooking. All right, so like I said earlier, my personal favourite is Sunday afternoon, when, you know, I'm not doing a lot anyway, probably just be chilling, watching TV, watching Netflix or something. So fit it in. It might be a weekday for you, whatever works for you. Okay. Another good tip is go for large one-pot dishes, is what I call them. So things like, my personal favourites again are going to be chili con carne, curry, you know, lamb tagine, anything that you can throw into a big saucepan or slow cooker, even better. And it's going to give you at least 5 or 6 meals. Okay, so a one-pot dish, you're going to get 2 or 3 meals that you can have that week that's going to stay in the fridge fresh, and then chuck 2 or 3 in the freezer. Okay, so you've got that emergency meal. You can lift it out the night before, keep it in the fridge, get it ready for the next day. Okay, I've said it on the previous video, my favourite kitchen tool is the slow cooker. You know, yes, you can do a lot of batch cooking at the weekend, but then midweek, get the slow cooker out, chuck a load of stuff in the night before, wake up in the morning, turn it on, and it's done by the time you get home. All right. So moving on to the, you know, the whole process, make sure you've got all your ingredients with you ready. So when it gets to Sunday afternoon, I personally like to get all my ingredients out, chop all the veg, you know, have them in their separate bowls, put them in the plates, weigh them out ready, that sort of thing. Basically just get everything laid out on the table, so I can literally say, I need that, grab it, put it in, mix it up, need that, grab that, put it in. Okay, you see it on the TV, the professionals do it themselves. They've got, you know, Sunday brunch I tend to watch, they've got bowls of ingredients ready chopped, ready to just chuck in. There's a reason for that. It's easy and it saves time. You know, they don't have to stand there chopping all the ingredients, and you do the same. Chop all your onions, chop all of your broccoli, get your chicken breasts laid out, seasoned if you know, if you're going to do that. Just have everything ready, and then all you can do is just get the individual ingredients for that certain recipe. Okay. Something I like to do as well is get the slow cooker on whilst that's cooking, cook another, you know, another meal in a big saucepan or something like that. You know, the last thing you want to do is when you're making a chili, you've forgotten to chop the onion or something like that, so you chuck everything, you think, shit, I've forgotten the onion. So then, you know, it just causes a little bit more stress, unneeded stress, I'd say. So there, I'll fly through those sort of 6 tips again. One would be buy some Tupperware, get a good range of boxes that don't leak and microwave safe. Improve your kitchen environment, so make it a good experience to cook, not like a chore. Be organised with your food, so have a 7-day plan, shopping list from that plan, and what meals are going to fit into your diary, what days. What else have we got? Go for the bigger pots, so your big chilies, your big curries, your big sort of slow cooker recipes, those sort of things. And when you actually come to the batch cooking process, get everything chopped and ready beforehand. Get all your ingredients laid out, all your seasoning laid out, everything. So it just saves you that little bit more time rather than going hunting for it, chopping it, chucking it in, chopping the next one, chuck it in. It's quicker to chop everything and keep it ready. Okay, so what sort of foods? I've mentioned my favourite, but what sort of recipes and foods are good? Any that are going to work for you. I'm not going to sit here saying you have to have a chili on a Monday, you have to have a curry on a Tuesday. You don't have to be your Gordon Ramsay. You don't need to be a good chef to batch cook well. Okay, definitely use their recipes, use their websites. One of my sort of decent websites I like to use is BBC Good Food, and adapt those recipes to your needs. I could be a little bit cheeky and sit here and say we as LPT have got a ton of recipe books. If you really get stuck with healthy meals, nutritionally balanced meals, give us a shout. We've got easily 5 or 6 ready to go recipe books that are compliant to probably what your goals might be. So comment or send us an inbox if you fancy one of those recipe books. We can send you a little preview. If you like the look of it, then all of them are fairly cheap, between sort of 3 and 10 quid for a decent recipe book. That is going to be nutritionally balanced as well. But use your resources. So I've said BBC Good Food is a good one. Jamie Oliver, Gordon Ramsay. Look at their recipes, adapt it to your needs. Okay, make it simple, and just cook for sort of 4 or 5 people, and there's your individual meals. All right, so there's no you have to do these certain meals for batch cooking or meal prepping. Whatever's going to work for you. All right, and again, if you are a little bit stuck on what to eat, either have a look at our recipe books or send us an inbox, and we could perhaps offer you a little bit of one-on-one advice that way. All right, so I've been blabbing on for about 20 minutes. Let's wrap up. Some little just little off-topic tips that that have helped me, that help my clients, that are probably going to help you as well. Recipe wise, find stuff that's going to work for you. Find stuff that you like to eat, you enjoy eating, which means you're going to enjoy prepping it. All right, and you're going to enjoy cooking it as well. Start small. All right, so prep 2 to 3 meals, different recipes for the week ahead. If you get 4 portions from one recipe, 3 times, that's 12 meals essentially. You can you can keep some in the fridge. Meat cooked easily lasts at least 4 to 5 days in the fridge. Veg you can freeze, chop it and freeze it. But then if you have a whole meal, chuck it in the freezer. It's going to last a couple of months easily. All right. We've got a question from Pete. Is there any kind of meal that can't be cooked, frozen, and then reheated? Very good question, Pete. Personally, I'm yet to come across a meal that I haven't been able to reheat from frozen, or at least from the fridge. Things you've got to be careful with is reheating rice and reheating meat. As long as you shove it in the microwave or oven and it's piping hot, chances are you're going to be okay. Probably should throw a disclaimer out there or something like that. Don't take my word for it. I'm no chef. I'm a personal trainer and I'm a coach. It's just I'm talking from my sort of experience. So I do cook rice and freeze it and reheat it. Keep plenty of meat in the freezer, plenty of meat in the fridge. The microwave is a brilliant tool. All right, 3 to 4 minutes. Make sure it's piping hot. Crack on. All right. So I hope that's answered your question. What else have we got? Keep your meals, prepped, ready at arm's reach. So if you're at home, keep them in the fridge. If you're at work and you have a fridge, take them to work. Put a note. This is Jamie's meal. Hands off. People tend to nick meals if they look good at work. But if you don't have that facility, then get a cool bag or a cool box. Chuck a couple of ice packs in there. It's definitely going to keep it chilled enough until lunch. All right, so you just got to be a little bit clever. Think about it a little bit as to what meals you can keep in the fridge, what meals you can keep in a cool bag or something like that. Okay, get plenty of Tupperware boxes, so make sure you're stacked up. The last thing you want is to cook a really nice, good-looking meal and not have anything to put it in. All right. Worst case scenario, shove it in a bowl and hope you don't break it. I've broken plenty of bowls over the time. Tupperware boxes are great. Shove it in the microwave, job done. Slow cooker is a brilliant tool to use during the week. I tend to use it on a Tuesday or Wednesday. So I'll cook 2 or 3 different recipes on a Sunday. That will feed me for the rest of the week. If I get to midweek and I fancy something different, get the slow cooker out, shove everything in the night before, turn it on in the morning, job done. All right. So a slow cooker, I'll say it all the time, is an awesome kitchen tool for midweek batch cooking. All right. Prep your snacks as well. Okay. So even if it's a handful of nuts, weigh those nuts out. Get your little, tiny little Tupperware boxes and have 5 or 6 boxes of just nuts, or whatever your snack may be. Make sure it's just a grab and go sort of thing. Okay. I think that should be everything. If it's been about 20 minutes, so if I've flown through everything really quick and you've picked up some good stuff, you've missed some good stuff, go back to the start and watch it. All right. Save this video. I think you can subscribe as well. I'm not too sure how to do that. I only know what it looks like from my live screen. So subscribe, to get notifications of when we go live in the future. If you have questions, just because we finished the live stream, don't hesitate to comment on this video. Tag us in it so we can see and answer it. If you want to have a look at our recipe books, give us an inbox message, Facebook message to our page or something like that. And, we'll show you a couple of previews. If you like the sound of it, we can chat and help you there. If you need help with recipes, just give us a shout. All right. I'll see you on the next video. Cheers, guys.